Hey everybody. So today, as you might be able to guess, we are going to be taking our art outside. If it's rainy the day that you're doing that, you might want to choose a sunnier day, or if you really have to, look outside your window. But you really need to be outside. Artists have been painting outside for, oh my gosh, thousands of years. It got really popular in France in the mid-19th century, which is about 1830. You could probably remember some pretty famous artists like Vincent van Gogh, Claude Monet. These are impressionists. And the biggest part of their art style was all about capturing light and movement. This worked really well outside because you have to go pretty quick. I mean, this isn't like looking off a photo because things are always moving, and you're going to find that out too. In France, they call this en plein air. And that was with a bad American accent there. It's spelled, it sounds like plane, like airplane. That's actually not how it's spelled. So one second. It's actually spelled on, plane, air. And it just means you're painting outside. You can see that I have my supplies. I had a student give me this for Christmas. I love it. It is great watercolor paper. I have watercolor pencils. I really like those. And another thing I brought out with me is St. Amelette. Is this water pen. It's pretty cool. You can see where you just fill water up in it. And I will show you how to use that a little bit later. When artists first started to paint outside, they couldn't use acrylics. Acrylics actually weren't even invented yet, but they did find out later they didn't work well because acrylics dry so fast. So if you remember painting your clay containers with acrylic, we could do 2 coats, usually in one day because it dried so quickly. But that's a problem when you're painting outside because the air helps things dry quickly and you still have more to paint. So artists would usually use oil paints, okay? We're going to use the water. I'm going to use the watercolor because that's just really what I like. If you guys don't have paint at home, I'm totally fine with that. And you just use what you have. If you just want to sketch what you see outside, that's fine too. What I'm going to do while I'm out here is I'm going to look at one of our favorite ducks. I think this is Mildred. Is it Margaret? Yeah. You can use a cat or whatever. Say hello, Margaret. She'll start honking here in a minute and she'll talk to Mildred, who's over with the chickens right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna observe her for a little bit. Isn't she so cute? Hello, the original duck face right there. All right, and then on my paper, I'm going to start sketching pretty quickly because I can start to fill in other stuff later. This is my tree. Let me see here. I got Miss Margaret. Where am I going to put her? So I have my tree. I also need to have my horizon line. Oh boy. There's Charlie. Okay, well maybe we'll put Charlie in it too. He's wearing a diaper. Don't make fun of him. He can't help it. Okay, so let's see. We've got the tree. We'll put in our horizon line, right? Because there's a fence here. Got the fence. Gonna put some of those. I've got Charlie, right? He's in here. I'm just gonna jot him down really quick. If you are drawing like a cat or an animal, you're gonna find that you gotta get as close as possible because they're gonna be moving constantly. Let's see, Margaret. Where do we want to put Margaret? Look how cute she is. All right. Now, I'm actually going to snap a picture, too. Artists back then, of course, didn't have cameras in the beginning, so they had to go really quickly. All right. So I know Margaret's going to be right here. This is kind of weird looking, isn't it? But I want to jot down where things are just for at first. So I'm jotting... I went ahead and snapped a picture because I might want that later. There everybody is. I have a bush back here in the background. And you know what? I also saw some flowers. And it's okay that I'm doing it all in one color because I'll come in later and I'll add the stuff that I need. I'm looking at the duck. Her head needs to be a little bit shorter. Right here. Her legs are a little bit longer. And I want you to sketch what you see. There are things that I might not want to put in, like I don't want to put in this part of the swing set. Well, I'm an artist, so I get to choose what I want and what I don't want. So I'm going to take that out. And you know what? I think I definitely want to put some more grasses around that tree. That would look good too. Are you feeling like we're having a little bit of a Bob Ross moment? See? Even when the dog went to go chase the goose, happy little accident. We're just going to roll with it. All right, Margaret. She's not cooperating a whole lot. I can't really do a lot from the back, but I'll wait a minute. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to stop this here and I'm going to pick it back up and I'm going to show you some cool things with watercolor pencils and using that water pen. Okay.